I'm Michelle, and I'm a piano teacher. This is the second Suzuki piano lesson on The Happy Farmer, which is a song in Suzuki Book 2 by Robert Schumann. And today we're just going to be talking a little bit about the tricky situation in measure 9. I got a lot to say. So, the first thing you'll want to do to learn measure 9 is the outside voices. So we have this melody that happens in the right hand. And then we have this kind of duet part in the left hand. Okay? So I want you to learn those, learn the rhythm, learn the notes, and put it into your fingers. So with your right hand, you'll do 1, 5, and then from this B flat, you're going to slide your pinky off the edge of the B flat down onto the A. Like that. So you go 1, 5, and then your next note is going to be played with your 5. Just zoop, slip right off. And then use your 4 for the G. So that finger slide helps with the inner voices. You do that because you don't have quite enough fingers to play all of the notes that are in the middle. And so if you play 2 of them with your pinky, that gives you more fingers to use in the middle. That's why we do that. And then sliding instead of picking it up and moving it over is how you keep it connected, because there is a nice rainbow-shaped line across the top, which means it needs to be legato. So just slide off the edge there, slide down like that, okay? This hand, you're going to do 5, 1, 2, 3. So once you learn each hand to get by itself, then you'll want to try and put them together and just really hear this really beautiful harmony. We're playing in parallel tenths. It's just a really pretty duet, and I really think it's important for this to be like something that you hear, something that you connect with your ears and really bring out of the texture, because there are other notes being played during this measure, but that duet part is so important. So you really need to land on the first note of the measure. The B flat and the G have an accent mark on them because they are the strong beat. They are the melody note, and they need to be louder than the other notes in the middle. So really just land on those top notes. Really kind of arrive and feel some presence there and hear that duet connecting. That's really going to make this sound musical, and it won't sound choppy and confusing. So that's the first thing, is to learn this duet. And the reason we want that framework is because what happens on the inside, it's like the gooey peanut butter in the middle of the sandwich. Okay? And it's kind of like sticky and messy, and it makes it jumbled up. If you don't hear the melody, then it's just all gonna kind of smush together. So we really want to make sure that we're very clear about this part. Before we add in the middle voices. Okay, so once you're solid with that, the outer voices, the duet part, then we're going to talk about what happens in the middle. So we have these itty bitty chords, and then we have that, okay? And I will probably do a separate lesson on if you have a small hand and you cannot reach thumb on C and pinky on B flat, okay? So the fingering I'm teaching right now is for people who can reach that far. check out my other lesson if you can't reach that far, because I have another way to play it. Okay? So, we go, and then those two little tiny thirds in the middle, they're so soft. They're so quiet. They're really not important at all. So now here's the part that's really fun. We're gonna do this second here. It's a middle C and a B flat. But because it's in the middle of a melody, because you've got other things you need your fingers for, and you got to reach to the middle, it is easiest, also because there's a black note, the B flat is a black note, it's easiest to play that with 2 thumbs. So instead of just grabbing it with your 1 and 2 here, or reaching up with your left hand, you're going to do one of each. And then you want to do both of them at the same time, okay? Like that. So what you'll end up doing is 3 here on the E, and then thumb on the B flat, okay? With this one, we're doing 4 on the G, and then thumb on the middle C. Does that make sense? Thumbs. Can you see it? Okay. So all together, nice and slow, we have, then slide your pinky off of the B flat, reach both thumbs to the middle, okay? So I'll do it again just so you can watch it. 1 and 2, do this little third here in the middle, slide your pinky off, both thumbs come in, okay? So that's how you play that measure, and it's something that you need to practice like all by itself a lot of times until it's comfortable and doesn't have any like hiccups or pauses, and you can just play it like this. And with a lot of practice, you'll be able to get there. So first start out, outer voices. Even before that, one hand at a time until you get those, and then put them together. And then last step will be to add the inner voices, those middle notes. Okay, so that's a lesson just on measure 9. It is also the exact same thing as measure 15. So you've practiced 2 of the tricky spots by learning this section right here. So outer voices, alone, and then together, and then finally see if you can sneak in those little tiny middle repeated 8th notes that come off the beat. So fun. I think it's fun to have a little challenge like this. Do you like it? All right, thanks for learning with me, and check out my next lesson where I will talk about the small fingers fingering, where you use your thumbs in the middle for both parts, but that changes up everything else. So I will tell you about that.